Welcome to This Bed We Made. One of the things you guys don't know about me is I love crime shows. Like when I'm not recording, most of the time I'm on my off time, I'm watching crime shows. Recently I watched My Worst Ex Ever. That was on Netflix, or still on Netflix. Crazy. I love how that show was produced and just how they broke down the storyline, and then they used like some animations in there as the victims and the people that were talking. They used different it was awesome. Let's dive right into this. We work as a maid in a hotel and we're a bit nosy. Let's see what happens. This game takes account of all your actions, including the ones you decide not to take. These choices will determine your fate and the fates of others around you. Proceed with caution. Montreal.
Come on now, miss. Let's keep moving.
So my name is Sophie. Join the Montreal police force. Inquire at your local police station.
No, I'm usually in charge of the
Interview room 1.
So each maid has her assigned force?
Yes.
Then why is it that you were working on the 5th force last week?
Well, the usual.
So, you expect me to believe that's all you were doing there?
Are we going in here?
Here we are. Good luck. She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clarendon for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father?
No. It's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
So we just start off snitching, huh?
Au parc La Fontaine, les filles s'en vont et s'y promènent au bras des garçons. Tu les entraînes au cœur des buissons où elles étrennent l'amour en saison. Tu les enchaînes dans un tourbillon de vrais rêves, car dans les frissons naissent toujours les plus belles chansons d'amour. Au clair de la fontaine, j'ai vu dans tes yeux mille couleurs.
If I keep wiping my forehead and stuff, that's because I'm hot.
Claire fontaine s'amusait au jeu de nos deux cœurs.
Document's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break.
Longtemps de ce vieux pas.
Tidy up, huh? Put away.
Dans tes grands yeux,
What is this?
That's
Dear?
a lot of money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in?
This is Mr. and Mrs. Mapleson. Regretful as we are to have to resort to these lines of communication, our client and your neighbor, the owner of 88 32nd Street, has been ultimately evasive of our many attempts to reach out and collect our debts, specifically an amount owed to us to the sum of $1,004.75. He has given us little recourse but to contact him through those in close physical proximity to him in the hopes that we can deliver a message on our behalf. We have little desire to disturb you and the other fine citizens of 32nd Street, but our business may bring us back to your neighborhood if it is not resolved quickly. The help of your kind community will be greatly appreciated for us and certainly for your neighbor. Kindly, Lucky Coin Financing. As I said before, I'm sweating some. You know, I had surgery recently, so it's like I'm still draining out fluids. After the doctor pulls the drains out, then the fluids start to come out of like your armpits and down there. You guys get it. That's how your body drains out after they pull the fluids out that were catching the stuff for you. So that's why I'm sweating a bit. Gosh, I love old school games. Just the whole vibe in general. And I get to learn how to finally clean up. My wife would love this. Uh-huh. It's like crime scene cleaner, but messier.
And voila. Good as new.
I want to check around some more. I do like that it's easy to clean. That's cool.
Good enough.
Should I be snooping in luggage?
Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe?
You know me. You know my family. You've had a seat at our bar since the day we opened in 49. You're more than a friend to us. You're practically family. And while friends are polite to each other, family deserves more. Family deserves honesty. As such, I want to be as direct as possible and let you know that you're down to your last chance. The $8,080 you owe us. Gosh, this person owes everybody. Well, him and his wife. Plus 25% interest is now 8 months overdue. My patience has worn thin. This isn't like one of your unpaid bar tabs. You came to us for help, and help always comes at a price. We've opened our pockets to you time and time again, and all you've done is taken advantage of our goodwill and generosity. We'll come over in person to make our collection tomorrow. I'll be bringing along the boys so we can all sit down and have a little chat. But just so you know, they aren't too good with words. Man, you better pay people. Acknowledgement of debt. January 16, 1958, date of initial loan, January 2nd, 1957. This is entered into agreement between Mahoo, K, initial amount, $1,500. Oh my gosh, they just keep borrowing money from people. Amount overdue is $3,500. On this date of the initial loan, the lender agreed to lend an amount, $1,500. Okay, the borrower was to be obliged to pay interest at the rate of 15%, with the loan period reaching its conclusion on January 2nd, 1957. That's another $3,500. Let's make the bed. Place pillow.
Nothing like a well-made bed. A bed's not complete without its pillow.
There we go.
No need to bother reception right now. I'm guessing you've seen better days, but you're obviously still important to someone.
Whew, a mess. What do we have in here? A safe. Please clean this room. Do not disturb. All right, I think it's time to maybe dip out. That was room 504.
About that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think it was a reaction? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you shouldn't.
Now I realize I've been blind. I was so in love with you that I couldn't see.
What?
Oh, left the key.
Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about.
Oh, this is cute. What is this, around Valentine's Day or something? Ah, Valentine's ball.
Poor Nicole. No one should be stuck cleaning up the reception hall after a ball, even if they did draw the short straw. Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep... what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
Click on the dialogue option to select it. They weren't kissing. I tried to ignore them. You said you needed to see me. So I believe our decisions alter the game and, you know, the story. I try to ignore. I'm gonna be messy. I try to ignore them.
Oh, I try not to pay attention to them.
I just find the sucking noises hard to ignore, you know? But that won't be an issue today, of course. Every sound is being drowned out by the phone's constant ringing.
Because of the storm?
You have no idea. You're the only person I've talked to today that hasn't mentioned the blizzard. I mean, until now.
Oh. Sorry.
Nah, it's all right. I guess I'm just looking for something else to talk about. Anything else.
I can tell you about Wendy and Jaquez. We shouldn't talk too much. Nope, being messy.
Well, I do have some gossip about Jacques and Wendy.
Jacques.
How dare you not lead with that? What's going on?
When you called, I wasn't whispering because they were making out. They were fighting.
Oh, this is entertaining. I mean, oh no, why?
I'm not completely sure, but it sounded like Linda had something to do with it.
Ugh, that bitch.
Beth!
Trust me, she deserves it.
Why does everyone hate Linda? That's it for today's scoop. Jacques is to blame. I'm blaming Jacques.
I don't think Linda should take all the blame. Jacques really isn't being fair to Wendy either.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's terrible for Wendy that her fiancé has the backbone of a snail.
You shouldn't say that.
But it's true. Even the way he walks, I swear.
Beth, he could come back any second now. Can we just... Didn't you say you needed my help with something?
Oh yeah, right. Wanna guess what?
Something to clean? I don't know. Did you see a mouse?
Did you see a mouse again?
You make it sound like that would be no big deal.
It would. Wouldn't it?
Well, what if it was a rat?
Didn't you tell me you were raised on a farm? Those little creatures shouldn't scare you.
Ugh, that doesn't make them any less disgusting.
So, is there one or not?
No rodent is involved, thank God. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Sophie's journal. Beth's banter. Even if it's only a few minutes out of my day, my chats with Beth are always a highlight. She called me up to clean a mess made by one of our guests, which gave us a chance to catch up. I don't think I've met someone who can make conversation seem so effortless. Beth has a witty response for everything. It's too bad maids aren't usually allowed in the lobby. Chatting with her every day would be a great way to start my morning. Trouble in Paradise. I overheard Wendy and Jacques arguing in the break room. From the sounds of it, Linda got to Jack's head and convinced him that Wendy was flirting with some of our guests. Ah, okay. I couldn't believe it. Anyone who's been around them for more than a minute could see how much Wendy loves Jack. She would never do that to him. Haunted Hotel. Some days I'm convinced the Claritin is haunted. It's not that I believe in ghosts normally, but there has been too many incidents for me to rule out the possibility completely. Just this morning, I was waiting for the elevator on the 5th floor when I heard a loud bang behind me, like someone shutting a door, but with more force than I ever heard a person use. I looked around, but there was no one to be seen. Am I just imagining things? So here's our characters, colleagues, Beth. We really want to know exactly what's going on here. So Beth has been the hotel's receptionist for as long as I can remember. It's probably why she's so messy, huh? In fact, hers was the first face that welcomed me when I took my first step inside the Clarington. She knows this place like the back of her hand. Beth can be Fury, which doesn't win her much love from Bernard, but most guests adore her for her magnetic personality, and that's something Bernard can plainly see. We don't get the chance to chat as often as I'd like, but when we do, it's always a blast. I only wish I had even half of her wit so I can entertain her as much as she entertains me. So that's Beth. We have Bernard here. Bernard is Clarington's manager, the big boss. He spends most of his days locked in his office and doesn't like the maids roaming around outside of their posts. So our paths don't cross often. Lately, he's been hell-bent on getting the hotel back in shape, whatever that means. And there has been a lot of changes around here as a result. He's enforcing employee rules more strictly than ever and dropping God knows how much money on renovations. The stress is practically radiating off of him. We have Linda, who is Clarington's governess, Bernard's second in command. So Bernard's in charge, Linda's second. And it's easy to see why. She rules over the maids with an iron fist, always ready to enforce Bernard's latest rules to the letter. Most of them hate her for this, but my feelings are a bit more mixed. For whatever reason, she seems to have a soft spot for me. The same cannot be said for Wendy, unfortunately. It's like she's made it her life's mission to break up Wendy and Jacques' relationship, and I'm worried her latest efforts may have succeeded. And here's Wendy. Wendy is a waitress at the hotel's restaurant. She and her best friend Yvette were hired together, and they used to be inseparable until 3 or 4 months ago. And it's no coincidence that this was around the time Wendy started dating Jacques, the bellboy, to whom she's now happily engaged. Oh, she's engaged to him. That is, depending on who you ask. Linda seems to think that Wendy is the Clarington resident flirt. Sure, she's popular with guests and collects the most tips by far. But I've always chalked that up to the same thing that has drawn me to her. That warm smile that just radiates kindness. Linda's not convinced though, and seems to have taken it upon herself to expose Wendy for who she really is. Right? Jealous much? And Jacques. Okay, player here. Jacques is one of the Clarington's bellboys. I don't know much about him. He's even more shy than I am, barely looking up at guests when carrying their luggage. People like us just need someone to bring us out of our shells, and apparently for Jacques, that person is Wendy. He's like a completely different person around her. He lights up, laughs, and even cracks jokes. I was so happy that he found Wendy, and even happier when he proposed. They're like the Clarington's very own Janet and Tony, but it seems their engagement is in peril thanks to Linda's meddling. Stand strong, Jacques. Don't fall for her manipulations. Then we have family here. My mom. Mom always means well, but life hasn't dealt her the best hand of cards. She doesn't talk to me very much about her time as a nurse during the war, but I've always wondered what kind of person she was before the harrowing chapter of her life. It's just the two of us at home. Mom's had bad luck with keeping jobs, and she finds it hard to be around people, so she stays home most of the time. At least she's never missed an episode of The Wild Orchard. On her good days, she can manage her own, but on her bad days, well, I do my best to be there for her. And my dad left when I was 2 years old. Haven't heard from him since. Mom doesn't say much, so I stopped asking. The journal shows your progress through the story.
Chocolate mousse cake. Maybe Bobby wouldn't mind sneaking me a slice. Ugh, no. Bernard would have both our heads.
Some chocolate mousse cake does sound fire. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda!
I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
I heard it was a disaster. Actually, Beth called me here. Were you there during the ball?
Were you here Friday night to see the whole thing?
Yeah. They had someone in charge of the event, but she ended up crying alone in the stairwell, so I had to take over.
What happened? Did it really go so wrong?
It certainly didn't go wrong for the people enjoying the party, but for those sober around them, that's another story.
Good God. I'm glad I didn't have to be there. I don't know how you do it.
And I don't know how you handle cleaning up after other people all day. You must see plenty of weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
Something very odd, something gross, something about you, Nessie.
Well, there was this lady who had a love letter addressed to someone I know.
What? No way. Who was it?
You.
You're messing with me.
It was worth seeing your face turn red.
Wow, you got me. Oh, I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to,
Yeah, all right. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What have you want?
He wants me to lower room.
Should I just open this?
Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
Employees only?
Bobby made it very clear he doesn't like anyone walking into his kitchen uninvited.
Janitor's closet. What's in here? W plus J.
I've never seen two people more suited for each other. I hope they work things out. They need to.
So Bobby is the head chef in the Clarington's kitchen. He takes care of all the restaurant orders and the meals ordered through room service. I love walking by the kitchen doors any chance I get, just to enjoy the smells of whatever Bobby's cooking up. But linger too long and you'll get an earful, or worse. I do not want to spend another afternoon cleaning macaroni out of my hair. And we have Andrew. Andrew is a concierge, did I say that right? And receptionist for the Clarington. He's intelligent, professional, kind, and well-mannered, which easily makes him Bernard's favorite. But he knows how to have fun when no one's looking. Whenever I see him, he's either dashing off on his latest errand or buying himself a book. So we haven't had a lot of chances to socialize at length. When we do, though, it always feels easy, like talking to someone perfectly attuned to your wavelength. Maybe I should ask him for some book recommendations. It would be nice to have more reasons to talk to him. So Andrew's ambush is a part of our progress. Oops, so Andrew caught me eavesdropping on Bernard and Linda, who was once again complaining about Wendy. Thankfully, he didn't make a big deal out of it. He doesn't seem the kind to judge. He's actually quite nice, easy to talk to, fun to tease, and funny in his own quiet way. I hope I'll get a chance to talk to him more. I get the sense that there's a lot more to him than he willingly shows. Use the mop to clean the puddle in the lobby. Definitely thought I heard something.
I'm really sorry about that. I'll have a word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it.
Protect the family, say no to divorce.
Of course. We're all grateful that your employer chose the Clarington for his stay, but...
You can be divorced against your will.
Yes. I'll speak to my manager and see what we can do. Was there anything else
I think somebody's complaining over here by Andrew.
Beg your pardon? You want me to...
Oh, on the phone. Kind of wanted to read that though. You can be divorced against your will. Women and children suffer most in divorce. You lose your succession rights in divorce. The wife's pension rights are lost in divorce. You lose your right to the family in divorce. Issued by the DOC, Divorce Oversight Committee.
You want me to...
Okay, Sophie. Time to clean up that mess.
All right. Yes, right away.
What is this?
I better make sure the floor is spotless. Someone could slip and hurt themselves.
Something hiding in the vase, or something someone put in there.
A
film
roll. The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him.
Oh, a guest dropped it.
Ew. I better throw that away. Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. Maybe Beth remembers who knocked over the vase?
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I really do, but sadly, that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... no, that's very unlikely.
So, which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Mr. Spade is in 505.
Room 505. Great. That's on my floor. I can return that film roll without going out of my way.
Off to room 505. I felt bad bugging Beth while she was in the middle of an important phone call, but like always, she came through. The logbook says Mr. Spade's in room 505. I was just in the middle of taking care of the 5th floor before my break. Okay, got it. So I don't know if I have to keep going to the progression. It's just technically what she's saying in game. All right, let's clean this up.
Hold it, please. Phew, made it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it you who cleaned the puddle by the restrooms?
Was I not supposed to?
Well, Eugene asked us not to touch anything until he's repaired the leak, but it's probably safer this way. Someone could have slipped on it.
Which floor?
Oh, 6th.
I got an achievement for that, for cleaning the puddle.
What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest, the one who rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about?
All the girls complain about him. Isn't he famous? Why does he need snow?
Why does he need a bucket full of snow?
No idea. I don't even ask anymore. It's just the latest in a long series of strange requests.
What do you reckon he'll do with it?
Take a bath, maybe? Sometimes I wonder if he's just pulling an elaborate prank on me.
Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity. I do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait, is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
Someone wants snow? That's interesting. I bumped into Andrew again. From the sounds of it, the VIP guest on the 6th floor has him busy with all kinds of strange requests. So remember, the 6th floor VIP guest. I tried to press him for more information, but all he gave me was this cryptic hint. I like to prolong the suspense. I'm dying to know who it is. Andrew clearly knows how to keep a secret. So Eugene is in charge of the hotel's maintenance. Pretty much everyone likes him. Remember, I cleaned that puddle down there, so this is why we're introduced to Eugene. A puddle I wasn't supposed to clean. He's friendly, hardworking, and does his job well. Anytime I've needed help, he's been happy to lend a hand. Since the renovation started, though, his usual good mood has lost some of its spark. I can see that Bernard's lofty expectations are weighing on him. I just hope he doesn't burn out. He doesn't deserve that. So this is room 505. I want to be nosy. Housekeeping. That's my name, Sophie Roy. 505 is partial. 506 is complete. Expect a big mess. Oh, we already did 506. 507, 508, 509 is partial. Before we go in there. Huh, a yo-yo. Sugar frosted pops. Gotta explore a little bit.
Ooh, there's a cold breeze coming out of there.
Can I open it?
Ooh, there's a cold breeze coming out of there.
509.
Stick to your room order, Sophie.
Can't go in another room just yet. I still want to snoop a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at that out there. That is crazy. Janitor's closet. Okay.
I think I have all the supplies I need. Do not disturb. Well, that's one less room to clean today. I won't complain.
I'm going in, don't worry.
Did I miss something in here? I should move on for now. Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade?
Why is it red in there? Oh, wow. Tampering with objects may lead to positive or negative consequences. Oh, I'm tampering.
What is this?
It's taking pictures of hotel staff. I don't know, is that me? Some type of like perfume object. What else is in here?
Looks like prescription drugs. But what are they for exactly?
400 milligrams, they strong. Guess we'll clean. Throw those freaking bag gloves away. Let's clean this. Feel like I'm definitely cleaning a crime scene. Toothpaste, a wider smile at a sensible price. Light bulb. What is this? Keep the bottle tightly closed. InStem. Photographic. Fine grain. Developer B. To use mixed with an equal quantity of InStem Fine Grain Developer A. New York.
Maybe I should call Beth or Andrew. They'll know what to do. I hope.
He's using a lot of this stuff. Is there something under here? No.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth, I need your help. I need Andrew's help. I'm going with Beth.
Beth, I need your help.
Sophie? What's going on?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Really? I knew it!
You did?
I mean, I knew there was something fishy about him. He just has creep written all over his face, you know? How did you find out?
I found a dark room. He caught me snooping. I'm not going to say anything about the dark room just yet.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Sneaky. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act, I suppose?
Yes.
He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room. I think we should call the police.
No, that's a terrible idea.
But
Sophie, that man has pictures of you running your hands through people's stuff.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I know, but say a client reports something missing, those pictures would put a big red target on your back.
I could throw the pictures out, so I do nothing.
I could always throw them out.
Yeah, not your worst idea, but you found the pictures drying over the bath, right?
Yeah.
I'm no photographer, but I've been in one of those dark rooms before.
You have?
Yeah, I modeled for a while. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, those pictures were developed recently, but it doesn't mean there aren't more elsewhere.
I guess I could keep looking. You want me to snoop? There's a safe here.
Well, I didn't look through the entire room, but there is a safe here.
I bet you anything there'll be more pictures in there.
Do you have the safe combination then? I'm pretty sure it's locked.
Give me a minute. Merde. Those idiots.
What?
I can't find the combination list. The night staff's probably lost it again. Anyway, we always ask that clients write down their code somewhere so they don't have to call reception a dozen times. Maybe you can have a look around the room, and I call you if Mr. Creep comes back. You know, so you can get out of there in time.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, and Beth?
Mm-hmm.
Please keep this between us.
Of course.
Time to do some snooping. Time to do some little snoop. You chose Beth as your acolyte. I got a reward or badge for that also.
Okay. If reception gave him a code, maybe he wrote it down. Somewhere.
All right, let's check this out. Help from Beth. She convinced me to keep digging and not to make any decisions just yet. Not until I have a better idea of why those photographs of me exist in the first place. After seeing those photos, it's hard not to feel like someone's watching me while I snoop, which is crazy. I'm snooping and someone's snooping on me. But I have to find out more. The safe seems like a logical place to start. Beth thinks our guest may have written down the combination somewhere. So, Mr. Spade is starting our guest list. Unknown as of right now. As far as how he looks, Mr. Spade is a guest here at the hotel. He's staying in room 505. He seems to carry film rolls around, and he was in such a rush to get somewhere today that he knocked over the vase in the lobby. But other than that, I don't know much about him. I can't deny that I'm curious to know more. Well, Sophie, asking you shall receive. Now I know Mr. Spade is a stalker, and he's been stalking none other than me. I still can't believe those pictures of me in his bathroom are real.
Unless he's got a very good memory, he must have written down the code that he got from reception. But where?
War photo. 99th Infantry Division, Belgium, November 1944. Any clues you pick up or throw away can be found in Sophie's journal.
Locked. There has to be a key somewhere. That's rough. How are you supposed to support yourself when no one will give you a job or a place to live?
Dear Mr. Morgan, I understand your situation, and I'm sorry that you had to spend so many years in the hospital. However, this does not change the fact that you don't have the qualifications for the job. And even if you did, I could not hire someone in your situation. Other staff members simply would not feel safe around you. I would ask you not to contact me anymore. Sincerely, Jeremy Sandberg. So he didn't qualify for a job. That's a clue. Oh, so we got the loan shark letter. This was the first room where we started at, the teddy bears on the bed. And now this is for room 505. Stalker pictures. Pictures of me snooping through a guest suitcase. We have the Miltone bottle. Darkroom, tools, and army camp picture. Let's see, what else? French dictionary, English French dictionary. Huh.
You're pawning off your possessions? What do you need the money for?
Yeah, you need some money, huh? Larry's Pawn Shop. Okay, amount of loan, $15. Remember, this is a lot back then and this time. Monthly interest is 1.5%. Name and address, Paul Morgan, Clarington Hotel, 11K. Montreal Tramways, 1958. What is this dude doing?
I remember this sale. I picked up that new winter jacket for Mom.
Weston's, 30% off.
Harry's Diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time?
Has he been stalking me this long? He got 2 Cokes, 2 burgers, extra fry. Why Harry's? Lots of burger places closer to the hotel. Okay, so Harry's is down the street from the hotel. Maybe Sophie eats there frequently because it's so close.
Beaver Lake? That's where I took Mom skating last month. Why is this up here?
Wow. This is progressively getting more and more crazy. The lake.
X marks the spot. But there's no way this is just a treasure hunt.
Did he drop a body in there?
I just visited the oratory for the first time in years. This has to be a coincidence, right?
Starting to give me chills, man. T30. Huh.
Morgan. Is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade?
Paul Morgan is his real name. Dear Morgan, you have to stop writing this address. Lindsay died 2 years ago. I don't know what happened between the two of you, but please, let us grieve in peace. Thank you, Lindsay's mother. Huh. Okay, so he's been writing Lindsay. I don't know if he had like a previous relationship with her or something like that, or maybe he was stalking her as well.
Is this a floor of the Clarington?
Housekeeping, 10 a.m. to... I hear some footsteps. Room service. Wait. Housekeeping, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Room service, night mostly. Lobby boys, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. 3 p.m., 5 p.m. is crossed out. And 6 p.m. There's a circle over there. Huh.
One man's trash is another maid's trash.
Some beans. Wait. Could be a code or something.
Something tells me you won't be missing this.
And they were roommates. She was alone in a dark town she barely knew, hundreds of miles away from home. She was desperate for comfort and found it in the arms of the most unexpected person. What first started as a normal friendship between two women soon blossomed into something much more passionate and disturbing. This is a tale of love and desire like you've never read before. Out of her own experience, the author, working under a pseudonym, tears the curtain from one of the greatest threats of modern social morality. The strange love, look here, practices trapping unwary girls today, particularly in our larger cities. Trapping unwary girls.
Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms?
Why did you want to change rooms? Dear Mr. Spade, the present letter is to confirm the reception of your transfer request to room 507. Regrettably, the room in question is currently occupied by an extended stay guest. We are therefore unable to grant your request. Thank you for understanding. Please contact us should you have any other requests. Yours sincerely, Bernard Leduc, hotel manager. Trying to change rooms, huh?
The storm must be getting worse. I hope Mom's not
There's
too
a
bored
key.
without her TV. What do we have here?
Binoculars? Spying on me with them. We'll clean this. Let's look over here.
I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down.
Do
I
not
guess we
forget-
have that in common.
Do not forget to take your pills.
One more pillow, then you're good.
Let's open this with the key. Paul, 1942.
You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions.
We're learning more and more. Born 1924, date of admission, he was only, 23? When he got admitted into the psychiatric hospital. Spent 10 years, discharged, diagnosis. He has anxiety, character disorder, chronic insomnia, short-term memory loss. Hospital course. Patient initially admitted for nervous breakdown. Patient displayed erratic behavior and mood swings, occasionally aggressive. Patient non-responsive to shock treatment, neither insulin nor electric. Patient condition improved after new medication. Medication, meprobamate, 400 milligrams daily, and phenobarbital, 50 milligrams as may be required. So this guy's taking together 450 milligrams a day. Anything else in here? We have a Bible.
Did you intend for me to discover your little dark room? Or did this just fall down?
Please clean this room. He wanted us in here. Do not forget to buy more film.
No combination, no entry. That's a lot of film. How many pictures have you taken, Mr. Morgan?
Okay, let's check this letter. Bernard. Look at this. Lindsay's address, infantry division, years of hospital discharge. Uh-oh.
Is he here?
What? No.
Beth, you said you'd call if Mr. Spade was coming back to his room.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. Sorry for the fright.
Oh my god, Beth. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I didn't mean for it. I was just so caught up in the thrill of it all. I had to check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, but I did find a map. I was about to open the safe. I see a door here. Oh, we can end the conversation quicker. No, I don't want to end it quick.
No, I haven't. But I did find something else.
Yeah?
He's got a kind of yarn map of Montreal on the wall.
A yarn map? And where does it lead to?
Lots of places. Most of them I've visited recently.
Merde. What's the deal with this guy?
Mr. Spade isn't his real name. He has unrequited feelings for a woman. I'll know more soon.
He seems to be in love with this woman who doesn't love him back.
You mean you?
No, someone else. I found lots of letters addressed to a woman named Lindsay, but she returned them all to sender, unopened.
Are you sure it's love and not obsession? Maybe he stalked her like he's stalking you.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I find it strange she didn't open the letters before sending them back. I would have had a look at them first.
Of course you would have. So, is that all you found then?
I think he may be using an alias. I found some evidence that points to his real name being Paul Morgan.
Well, he's certainly not the first man to check into a hotel under a fake name.
Is it really common practice?
It is, when the man in question is married, but the woman accompanying him isn't. Or at least, not to him.
Considering the state of his room, I doubt Mr. Morgan was expecting any visitors.
Did you find anything else?
He has strange taste in books.
He has this book with, underdressed women on the cover.
I don't think Playboy magazine qualifies as a book.
No, it's not. It's a novel. It's called, And They Were Roommates.
Oh, I see. And I suppose these women on the cover are really good friends, aren't they?
What do you mean?
Well, if it's what I think it is, it's probably one of those trashy books for men who secretly fantasize about two women getting real cozy with each other.
What makes them trashy? I didn't read it. Have you ever read one?
Have you ever read one?
Yes, they're awful.
I thought Andrew was the book expert.
Oh, he definitely is an expert on everything you'll find in a nice little bookstore. As for me, I'm more the every weird thing you'll find at a train station expert. Did you find anything else on Mr. Morgan?
I'll know more soon.
I'll know more once I open the safe.
Oh, so you found the combination?
Yeah, sort of.
I'm impressed. Well done, Arsène Lupin.
What?
Never mind. Don't let me keep you.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Yeah, you better. I won't call again unless Mr. Morgan returns. For real this time.
All right, thanks.
All right, we need to get this. Lindsay's address, infantry division, years of hospital discharge. So it's going to either 34 or 05401. So let's go 34. 99th Infantry Division, so 3499. 349910.
Damn it.
349910.
Come on, Sophie.
Year of 1957. 57. You open the safe in room 505.
Okay, Sophie, you should probably put this down. Now.
You got some heat. More film, of course.
M and H. M and H. Who are they? Are they guests here?
February 1458 arrived at the hotel room, not ready yet, had to wait in the lobby. M and H came in, both nicely dressed. M was holding a flower bouquet, heard them talking to the receptionist, saying how nice the oratory was, picked up some flyers to find out what oratory they were talking about. At 3:10, the room finally ready, no sign of M or H. Decided to unpack and install my setup in the ballroom. 6 p.m., still no sign of M and H. Have probably gone out again. 8:20 p.m., finished developing this afternoon's pictures. 11:55 p.m., unable to sleep, heard weird noises from the corridor. No idea who or what it was.
You're going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you? Why are you following them? And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions. M and H. Maybe Beth could find them in the logbook.
It looks like Mr. Morgan's stalking doesn't end with me. He's also following 2 of the hotel guests, M and H. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm grateful he only took pictures of me. He has extensive notes of M and H's comings and goings, like he's tracking their every move. I need to find out who they are and what we have in common. Maybe they will tell me why I'm caught up in all of this. Hopefully Beth can help, or at least reassure me that men like this get what's coming to them.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hold on. Andrew. Andrew. Cover for me, will you?
What's going on?
Hey, Tintin. Just do it. Sorry about that. So, I take it you opened Morgan's safe? What was in it?
I need your help again. I found his journal.
A journal?
His journal? Does he say why he's stalking you?
No, but it seems he's stalking 2 other people as well.
Oh, who are they?
They're guests. I don't know their names, though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Well, Snoopy, although it may seem like it, I'm not actually clairvoyant, so I'll need something to narrow the search. Do you know anything about them?
They're referred to as M and H. They're a couple. I found a transfer request to 507.
I found out that Mr. Morgan made a request to be transferred to room 507, but it was denied because...
That's Mrs. Beaumont's room.
Exactly.
Why change rooms when his entire setup is in 505?
I'm not sure. I just thought it might be related.
Maybe, but I'll need a little more to go on.
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
Well, that could mean a lot of things. It could be their initials, or, I don't know, husband and mistress.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, would you look at that? There's a couple staying in room 509, Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H and M.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What would he know about the Cruzes? Why is Mr. Morgan stalking them? How are they linked to me?
How are the Cruzes linked to me, though? I mean, why is Mr. Morgan stalking us both?
My guess would be that they're his real target, and you just got in the way somehow. Maybe he saw you snooping around their room.
When did they check in?
Last Thursday.
I haven't been in 509 for over a week, so that can't be it.
Then I really don't know. Do you have room 509 on your to-do list, by any chance?
I do, actually.
Then maybe you go clean it and have a little look-see?
Yeah, nothing unusual here. Just a maid cleaning a room.
That's my girl.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Just be careful, okay?
I will. I promise. must have forgotten my keys in the break room again. I'll need my keys to enter room 509. I should probably check the break room. It's locked. Fine. Keep your secrets, locker. People don't usually leave these unlocked.
Ooh. Eugene, half the washing machines are out of order. Because of this, I won't be able to finish our current load in time, and Beth will be forced to offer guests an apology discount. Please fix the machines before Bernard kills me, Rebecca. Here's Jacques' locker.
The way they look at each other, you can tell it's the real deal.
That's cute.
Off limits. Did I remember to punch in this morning?
Hypocrite bitch. Oh, wow.
Hypocrite bitch? What did Linda do? And to whom?
Linda, my wife, will be at her parents' tonight, so come by my house at 8 p.m. and make sure you bring the new lingerie I bought you. B. Oh.
That'll do. I'll just have to make sure I don't forget to return it.
Okay, the new lingerie, huh?
Oh, Andrew. I hope someone here shares your passion for reading.
Andrew's book club. Let's talk about books and stuff over a nice cup of coffee. The Corner Cafe, Thursday, 7 p.m.
What is it?
Wendy? It's Sophie. Are you alright?
Do I sound alright?
No, I guess not.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
I overheard you and Jacques earlier. I'm sorry for disturbing you. Who wrote on Linda's door?
I don't mean to disturb you, but did you see who wrote that message on Linda's door?
What?
The lipstick message. Do you know who wrote it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Please, Sophie, just go.
All right. Okay. I should be able to open 509 now. Back to the 5th floor.
Wendy's not doing so well. She holed herself in the bathroom, sobbing her heart out. I tried to comfort her, but I think she needs some time alone. If you guys don't remember, Wendy is with Jacques. Doesn't sound like it anymore, but yeah.
Fine. Keep your secrets, locker. It's locked.
Here's my locker.
Haven't gotten any tips so far today. Being recognized for doing a good job. That feeling never gets old.
Sophie, I noticed a real improvement in the quality of your work lately. I've heard a few guests saying how clean their rooms are after you go through them. Who knows, maybe you'll manage to steal the Employee of the Month award from Wendy. Linda.
Open sesame? Nope, no luck.
Beth, Victoria, Nicole. Dear sister, we need to talk about Kevin. About me? Come on now. The other day, Patrick received some pamphlets from a friend from the States, and now he is convinced that our child is a sissy. How is that even possible? The boy is only 5 years old. Does it really matter if he likes to play with girls and prefers dolls to toy cars? Still, I cannot help but think if Patrick is right, if Kevin indeed is like that, what kind of future awaits him? Will he ever be able to get a job, to have a family, to have a normal life? Every time I look at him now, I feel like crying. I just want my little boy to be happy. Is that too much to ask? Love, Nicole.
It's locked.
That's Zoe. Carol. Carol, here's the chambermaid's guide I talked about. Come see me if you have any questions concerning the job or the staff. I can tell you who you should hang out with and who you should avoid. Yvette. Carol, I hope you're having a very great first week here. Valentine's Day is always a very busy time, but do not worry, it should calm down soon. Yesterday I saw you watch while we were playing cards at lunch. You're welcome to join us today, if you wish, Nicole.
Off limits.
Who's that, Janine?
It's locked.
Wendy?
This shade of red, it matches the message on the door.
Ah.
This goes beyond constructive criticism. It's just a personal crusade.
Wendy, do you think I don't see the way you talk to guests, the way you smile at them and call them sweetie while you fill their coffee cups, the way you laugh at their jokes and bat your eyes like a stupid teenage girl? I'm not sure if you're doing it for the tip or to get Employee of the Month reward, but either way, this is unacceptable. And I won't even mention the way you wear your uniform. This is a respected hotel, not a pleasure house. Although I've always had a problem with your behavior, I tolerated it as long as the guests were happy. But now that you're getting engaged, I can no longer remain silent about it. What would Jock say if he saw you? I'm sure he would be as ashamed as I am. Maybe you got Bernard fooled like every other man, but if you don't change your behavior, I'll find a way to convince him to fire you. This is your only warning, bitch. Linda. It's crossed out and someone wrote bitch. I'm sure Wendy wrote it.
I don't want to think of what could happen to Wendy if someone found these. Should I?
Linda, a hater. Susan. Some gloves.
Yvette's and Susan's favorite activity, talking behind other people's backs.
I can't believe Miss Perfect got Employee of the Month reward again. I'm sure she won't even use the mixer she won. She's too dumb to understand how it works. Poor Jocks. Man, I really want to say Jaquez, but Jocks. He deserves so much better than that stupid whore. Wow. And did you see the look on Sophie's face, my face, when Bernard first showed the mixer? You'd swear that weirdo had never seen one in her life. They called me a weirdo. Anyway, join me at 11:15 for smoke break. Yeah? Yeah. Old ports. The vet. Huh. Old ports as well. So now we have to provide soap to the guests. This is getting ridiculous. What's next? A hair dryer in every room? Speaking of hair, have you seen Rebecca's new haircut? I didn't think she could look even uglier. Smoke break at 3:45. S. Susan's another maid who works here. She's a notorious gossip and loves to make fun of others behind their back. She and Yvette share that charming habit. Yvette is one of Clarington's maids. She and Wendy used to be best friends. Ah, okay, but now she's just awful to her. She and Susan have teamed up to ensure that no one at the hotel goes ungossiped about. And Rebecca works in the Clarington's laundry room. It's a tough job to do on your own, but she manages to get it done. She's a little withdrawn, which makes her an easy target for some of the other maids. From what I can tell, she's sweet. I don't know how much I should buy into this, but there is word amongst the other maids that there is something going on between her and Bobby. I can't say I would have imagined that pair.
Hey, you.
Oh, hey, Beth. On break already?
Sadly, no. I have an express delivery to make to the 6th floor.
Isn't that Jacques or Andrew's job?
Well, they're both busy, so... What about you? I thought you'd be in 509.
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Oh, I see. Well, this has been quite the day so far, hasn't it? I can't remember the last time work was this interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. That's not all, though.
I just saw something on Linda's door. I just spoke to Wendy in the bathroom.
While I was looking for my keys, I found some graffiti on Linda's door.
What kind of graffiti are we talking about?
The words, hypocrite, bitch, in red lipstick. And, I found a red lipstick inside Wendy's locker, so putting 2 and 2 together...
Yeah, well, Wendy has about 1,000 reasons to do something like that. Linda's been treating her like her personal punching bag as of late.
Wendy shouldn't have done that. If Bernard hears about this, Linda's being too harsh. I don't want to get involved.
Yeah, Linda's been pretty bad to Wendy. I'm not surprised she snapped.
Remember that day when Wendy came to work with that gorgeous perm? The staff, the clients, everyone complimented her. Then Linda came along and sent her right back home to straighten it out because her cosmetic choices were distracting the clientele. Ugh.
I'm not trying to excuse her behavior, but I think Linda's under a lot of pressure right now. It can't be easy, managing so many people with Bernard breathing down your neck.
You know, I don't know how you do it, Sophie. Maybe it's because my empathy only goes so far, but I admire that you're able to feel for just about anyone.
I feel more for some than others. It's like my mom always taught me. Thanks.
I like to put myself in other people's shoes, especially if they're people I find fascinating, like you.
Wow. The way you turned that compliment right back around at me was masterful. Well, this was a lovely chat, but I better see if Eugene is around maintenance. Hopefully he can help me find this thing for our esteemed guest.
Yeah, we both got a lot on our plates today.
I can't wait to find out more about our friends H&M. Take care.
You too.
I do have 506 next on my list. Should I pop in before checking out 509?
Why not?
Oh
Ooh.
boy, someone's been living it up.
Okay. Somebody getting it cracking. You're invited to Clarington's annual Valentine's Day ball. 1 drink, door prizes, best dress contest. Formal wear required. February 14th, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Y'all know I'm about to snoop around here. Room service menu. Did he just scold us for talking? These Montreal cab drivers, I swear, I know. I thought he'd appreciate us trying to make conversation. Thank God for good old-fashioned pen and paper, at least.
Another fan of The Gossiper. I never did finish that article from this morning. That feels like so long ago now.
The Gossiper, huh? Very fitting for this hotel. Huh. Dang. Got the heels way over here, too? Is that blood? No?
What's the story behind this?
Chocolate? Ooh. Cracking in here. Sorry for the mess. Caution, wet floor. Why is that right there?
One more pillow, then you're good. Not exactly a cherished gift, if you just left it behind like this.
And I'm not going home without a prize. Dear my beloved Leanne, much as I would have loved to spend this Valentine's Day with the woman who's about to become my Mrs. Hubert, I'll happily make do with the lifetime of Valentine's Days awaiting us. Enjoy your week in Montreal. I'll be eagerly awaiting your return and the start of our new life together. Love, Gregory. P.S. Don't let Simone rope you into anything crazy. Tell her I need my bride back in one piece. Why is that turned? Got it. Like a it balloon. I think we're good in here. Here's 509.
My first step should be to tidy up a bit. Searching a clean room is easier than searching a... Looks like someone had quite the shopping spree.
Man.
More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb.
Name Cruz, number of items 5, tuxedo, pair of pants, 2 shirts, 1 tie.
What were you apologizing for? And were you forgiven?
I'm sorry, please forgive me.
I'll hold off on throwing this out just yet. The food's practically untouched.
Sleeping solo. One half of the cruises seem to have made their own sleeping arrangements on the room's couch. Whether that was voluntary or at the demands of the other is unclear.
Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is. Wow. You look like a couple out of a magazine.
Very nice looking couple.
This person looking for you back in Texas, was he really just a coworker?
Dear son, I can't believe you decided to renew your vows so far away from the family. Your father and I are very disappointed. And so are your sisters. Montreal, what a strange destination. I would not be surprised if this was another one of your wife's ideas. I met Luciana in town yesterday. She has 5 children, 3 boys, 2 girls, and is pregnant with her 6th. Juan has just bought them that nice house on the corner of Prado and Ramos. Imagine if you had married her like you were supposed to. You would have your own family by now. Yesterday I drove by your home to get the mail. As I was leaving, I met a man who was looking for you. I think he is one of your colleagues from work, but I'm not sure. I told him you were in Montreal and will be back next week. Somebody was looking for him. Maybe to kill him. When you do come back exactly, I hope you can be there for your uncle's birthday party on Friday. I will make your favorite cake, your mother. Got a calendar here.
SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz.
SW.
Or her.
Or her, huh? SW here.
SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her.
Expenses. Montreal vacation. Taxi, hotel, restaurant. Okay, from 2-3 to 2-16, 2-17. 217. Should I throw this away? Montreal photographs, maps, information, and more. Discover historic and gay Montreal.
Cruz got her personal information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it?
We wish to apologize on behalf of our company for the privacy breach that occurred on the 25th of September, and thank you for calling it in to our attention. We are currently investigating the breach and trying to understand how this individual was able to obtain your personal information. Rest assured that we will put measures in place to make sure the situation does not repeat itself. Your privacy is and always will be one of our top priorities. Sincerely, Harold Fernie and John Wiseman. Should we try to unlock this?
It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters.
4 letters.
reading this right? The account's been emptied.
Oh, dang. Texas Trust Bank. Wow. Tons of money, especially back then. Who emptied the account? Maybe the person from the beginning that owed all that money?
Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written.
All right, let's find the other pieces.
This looks right up Andrew's alley. I
Stranger
wonder
in
if
the
he's
night.
read this one.
She thought she was tracking a killer, but the killer was tracking her instead. Us. Definitely us. Oh, I see a bra. Interesting. Let's make this up. "19 arrested in deviant raid."
Maybe I'll find more of those torn paper pieces if I keep cleaning the room. These are lovely. I wish you'd had more confidence in yourself.
I still love you as much as I did on the day I met you. I will always remember the first time I saw you in that beautiful blue-red dress. Seems like only yesterday when I first, 10 years ago, I promised I would always love you. You know how important family is to me. Everything changed the day you came into my life, okay? Love letters. Or notes. Are those the pills? Mudil? Each Mudil tablet contains 4 active ingredients. Okay. Take 1 tablet every 3 or 4 hours if needed. Take no more than 5 tablets in 24 hours.
Hello?
Stranger. Static.
Hello? Beth? Is that you?
Uh-oh. Call reception, hang up.
Clarington Hotel reception desk.
Beth?
Sophie?
Did you just call me?
No, I didn't.
Then who called?
What do you mean, who called?
Someone just called, and they said nothing. All I could hear was static and breathing.
Whoa. The creeporama just keeps on going, doesn't it? Hold on. Hey, Archie.
What's up?
Give me a second, Sophie. Okay, so turns out Archie here patched a call through to 509 moments ago.
Did he recognize the voice? No more calls to 509, okay?
Can you ask him not to patch any calls here for a while?
Oh, trust me, I will.
Thanks. I haven't had time to check all of 509 yet, so I better get back to it.
Oh, before you go, I have some more info for you. I was going over the details of our little mystery when I remembered something. About this morning.
What is it?
I saw Mrs. Cruz rush out of the hotel, all by her lonesome, not too long after Mr. Morgan knocked over that vase in the lobby.
Really?
Hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
I'm sure you will. Call me as soon as you find something.
Okay. Thanks for the info.
Where could the rest of that note be? Should I check the other garbage cans, maybe?
Okay. Let's check these little garbage cans. All right. Let's try to put this together.
A few moments later.
Come on, baby. Come on.
It's some kind of code. Could I break it?
Puzzle, but not for long. You solved the torn note puzzle in room 509.
Aha! I'll have to remember these.
Okay, 6 is on this paper here. 6.
Oh, these symbols match some of the ones on the torn message.
5, 8.
That's one of the symbols.
Oh, here it is. Okay, it's marking it for us.
Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters.
Ah.
More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for.
N is G, P is T.
Yes, these are part of the same set.
Got it.
I think I can use this.
Got it. Next to your door? Your room.
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. It's me.
Hey, so how did the snooping go? Find anything?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
A secret code? Well, spill the beans. What did it say?
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? Who the hell does that?
I don't know, but whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in a dozen pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the Cruises are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think one of them's having an affair?
Yes, it could be an affair. No, I think it's blackmail.
I don't know. It really looks like blackmail.
Blackmail? What makes you say that?
Security breach. I need to check that vent. Empty
I
bank
found
account.
a bank statement belonging to Mrs. Cruz. Her account was emptied very recently.
Ooh, that's interesting. But it could mean a lot of things.
What do you mean?
Well, people need their money, especially when they're traveling. Although I have to admit, withdrawing all of it does seem a bit strange. Is that all you've got to back your theory?
Security breach.
I also found a letter from some sort of company, Fernie and Weissman. It mentions a security breach.
Targeting the Cruises?
Just the wife. It seems some of her private information was stolen by someone.
A large withdrawal and a security breach? That can't be a coincidence. Maybe they got something on Mrs. Cruz. Something so bad she had to empty her bank account just to shut them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I see it, yeah. It could be blackmail for sure. Do you think Mr. Morgan's the blackmailer?
Or Morgan was hired to find the blackmailer? What if he blackmails me too? He could be our mysterious caller.
Maybe he's the one who called here before.
Yeah. He could have been calling to ask for more money or something.
I'll go have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message, just to be sure we're on the right track.
Yeah, good idea, Bean. I'm about to go on break, so if you need my help again, just ask Andrew to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Oh, I will.
You solved the secret code puzzle in
I will
room
leave
509.
notes in the vent next to your room. But which vent?
I could have been on my door for a few minutes. Or an hour.
Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
Wendy must have gone through my trash.
Wendy? What's this obsession of yours with her?
It's not an obsession. I know she did it.
Linda.
To get back at me. She thinks it's my fault Jack broke up their engagement.
Do you have any proof?
I do. I found this lipstick in Wendy's locker. Look, that's the rag I used to erase the message. It's the exact same color.
Someone else could have used her lipstick, though. Is that all you have?
It's not. There's also this. I sent it to her a few days ago. I was kindly warning her that her behavior could compromise her engagement, and I was quite right. But look at what she scribbled down here. Not only does it prove she hates me, the writing's the same as the message on the door.
Very well. I'll call Wendy to my office later and fire her.
You did not prevent Wendy from getting fired by Bernard.
For who she really is.
Wendy gets the boot.
Calling me a bitch. And to expose our intimacy like that.
My bad.
Speaking of which, I thought we might,
yes.
Are they doing something? So these two. Getting it on in there.
There is a vent near the janitor's closet. That'd be a good place to start. Can't open these without a screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Oh, Eugene. I had no idea.
Dear Eugene, a friend of mine has heard from her hairdresser, who's heard from her sister-in-law, who works as a secretary to the mayor, that the city plans on building a new mental hospital right next to the Clarendon. Imagine, Denise could get the care she needs while staying close to home. It's almost too good to be true. I don't dare get my hopes up, but still, I'll keep my ear to the ground and keep you posted as soon as I have more news. Warm wishes, Joyce.
Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now.
Eugene, Bernard tells me that there is a cold draft coming from his window and it's turning his office into a freezer. Fixing this should be your highest priority today, Linda.
Eugene must be down in Bernard's office. I should go ask him for a screwdriver. Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard. This must have been so much fun.
Don't try to hit on me.
It's, Miss Belivet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right.
She didn't even know who I was.
You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
No, I need a screwdriver. Yes, I am. This icon indicates a lie. Lies may get you out of a tough spot, but be careful not to get caught up in a lie.
No. I'm just getting a screwdriver.
A screwdriver? What for?
Loose vent.
Well, that sounds like a job for Eugene, doesn't it?
Yes. You're right.
Then leave the repairs to him.
Okay. I will.
Well, don't you look mischievous. Hey, Bean. If you're planning to give Bernard a good scare, sign me up.
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Oh, I see.
Eugene?
What the hell? You'd better go and take a look. I'll stand guard by the elevator and make some noise if I see Bernard coming.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick. I have to find a screwdriver, but how often do I get to snoop around Bernard's office like this?
For real.
Aha! Let's get you to that vent.
Okay, you got the screwdriver. Actually, let's clean. Alright. Pick this up.
Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous.
Dear Mr. Weston, I would like to thank you again for agreeing to this partnership between the Clarendon Hotel and Weston's department store. Thanks for your generous help. Renovations are well underway, and the hotel has never looked better. You should come visit soon when your busy schedule allows it, of course. That's crossed out. On another note, it has come to my attention that you have formed a group of local businessmen to oppose the construction of the new mental hospital. After working so hard to elevate the Clarendon's standards, I cannot allow a band of cuckoos to move in my backyard. Should you accept it, it would be an honor and privilege to join your fight. Yours sincerely, Bernard Ledoux. Handwritten by Eugene. Enjoy the cold, you cold-hearted prick. Oh, Eugene opened the window.
So, I take it the open window was not an accident.
Interesting.
Can't say I blame you, Eugene. With this blizzard, Bernard's office will be a skating rink by the end of the day. Best to avoid that.
What do you got in here? A brawl? Bernard getting down in here, man. He taking everything down at this hotel. Crazy. Check on room 602. Ask Eugene to fix radiator. Call Weston's office. Apologize to Mr. and Mrs. Drake for Valentine's ball mishap. Speak with contractor about cost overruns. Call Weston's office again. Decide winner for Employee of the Month reward. What are you typing?
This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond.
Dear brother, I thank you for your invaluable input, but need to remind you the terms of our agreement. I did my part. I got you out of jail and have ensured that news of your deviant ways would not leak. Now I expect you to keep your side of the bargain and stay out of my way. You are not in charge of the hotel anymore. Oh. I've worked relentlessly the past 2 years to return the Clarendon to its former glory. A great change considering the poor state you left it in. I'm glad Father never got to see how you so shamelessly destroyed his great legacy. As for me, I will be dead too before I listen to a single word of advice from you. You ask I lower our prices, but I can tell you I plan on doing just the opposite. My guests will be on the la creme de la creme. Your deviant friends can find themselves another place for your sinful debaucheries. Enjoy your retirement, dear brother. Ah, so this is his father's hotel? It's interesting. Should I throw this away? What if I do? So Bernard's father opened this hotel.
Kind of wish I worked here when Raymond was in charge.
From what I'm getting.
Sounds like the hotel was very different back then.
And Raymond, his brother, was in charge at one point. Raymond Leduc retired yesterday after more than 20 years at the helm of the Clarendon Hotel, located, founded by Leduc's father. Yep. Despite Raymond Leduc's retirement, the establishment will remain in the Leduc family as his brother Bernard. See, that's why he's doing whatever he wants to around here.
Wow. Just look at these distinguished gentlemen.
And young Bernard.
And a young Bernard.
Ah, he's taking advantage. We gotta bring this dude down.
Surely your break is over by now.
No, it's not.
I came by here not too long ago, and Andrew was already covering for you.
That's because I was in the ladies' room.
That's no excuse to...
It's my time of the month. You're married, aren't you? So you know how it is. I have to go more often, and sometimes I stain the furniture, and don't get me started on all the...
That's enough details. Miss Belivet, what were you doing in my office?
I was looking for a screwdriver. I wasn't. Someone left the door ajar. Should I be honest or kind of want to...
I wasn't. I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Huh. Must have been Eugene. Well, don't you have work to do?
Yes, sir.
Then get to it. Mr. Drake has asked to see you.
Again? God, he just can't get enough of me, can he?
Just indulge him. Apologize one more time for Friday's mishap. Do whatever needs to be done. We cannot afford to lose such loyal guests.
Okay, fine. That was a close one.
Yeah, I had a few cold sweats. But at least I found what I was looking for.
Good. Well, if you need me, I'll be attending to the whims and worries of our entitled guests. Don't be a stranger.
You managed to talk your way out of Bernard's questions without... So I got the Bernard Whisperer badge.
Oh, I guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were... Ew.
Yeah, I gotta check this out. Okay, she had that on? Alright. Let's see. Wendy, do you think I don't see the way you talk to the guests, the way you smile at them and call them sweetie? Why, oh, so this is that letter. Linda, my wife, will be at her parents' tonight, so come by my house at 8 p.m. Bernard, of course. We knew all of this, though. Throw away. Ooh. Linda and Bernard. Say no to divorce. Why are these papers everywhere in here? It's interesting. Got it. Uh-huh. Okay, here we go.
2,000 years later.
We need to discuss our plan.
Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hello, Bean. Anything new to report?
I found another secret message. Can you look up a guest?
Actually, that's why I'm calling. Would you mind looking up another guest for me?
Ooh, so you've got more names?
Yeah. Someone named Michael?
Let Let me check the logbook. How did you get that name anyway?
I found another message written in secret code. It says, "Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan."
So another husband, huh?
Maybe.
Well, there's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh, Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
Could Marcella?
Yes?
No, never mind. So, what's next?
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
Well, I could call the room to make sure no one's there.
Good idea.
Hang on. You've got the all clear, Bean. Head on over.
Let's go.
Thanks, Beth. I'll call you back.
You open the vent and decode it. The second secret message. Venting your spleen badge.
Looks like I'm headed to room 507. Get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together. Mr. Cruz, huh?
The American Fire and Life Insurance Co. Mr. Hector Cruz, insurance agent.
I know lipstick marks are a pain to scrub off, but they're kind of charming.
So there was a woman in here with him. Red Lion filter, rich tobacco taste, American blend. What is that? Oh, that's that fort, right?
Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you.
Dad, I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of our hotel. She allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid brought us extra blankets. She's really nice. That's me. The hotel is nice too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before. But Mom says it's impossible. She says she no longer loves you. Do you think she'll ever stop loving me too? Michael. The fastest way on rails through the Midwest.
So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing.
Mrs. Beaumont setting up a meeting.
Did Marcella send this?
Marcella. To Ann Bursey. Subject, Michael's withdrawal from school. Dear Mrs. Bursey, we have successfully processed your request to withdraw your son, Michael Bursey, from his school's schedule and system under the agreement that you will continue his education from home. Following this letter, you will receive the list of books and school materials you need to purchase in order to follow the curriculum from home. A social worker will be in touch to help you understand our milestones so that your son can benefit from our programs from the comfort of his home. Thank you for thinking of your son's education. Director Donald Byron. Okay. She withdrew him from school to homeschool him. Probably to get away from their dad.
This is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged.
December 26, 1945. Dear Anne, you were right. I miss the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas. It's quite a shock after the cool weather of Montreal. My family has never seen snow before, and I could not find the words to tell you how beautiful it is. They understand what they are missing. I wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. I know it's childish, but I had not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting. 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I'm glad it's over so I could rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for next year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things going with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you will be able to have a good time. I leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to get back. I miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night study session at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you can believe it. I will see you soon. Warm wishes.
Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend.
All right, we got a key.
So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh.
Richards and Carter, attorneys at law. Dear Anne, I've met with Lewis, and he asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you are hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at the moment. Do not forget to be in court at 11 a.m. on the 20th. Be on time. Also, a friendly reminder that my fees for January needs to be paid before the end of this month. I am happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono on this. Sincerely, Howard.
Let's find out what this key unlocks.
Greta. So there's a wristband here with the engraving Greta.
I'll need another key to unlock this.
2 keys.
Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere? Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you.
Dear Sophie, thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I wanted to give you a little something before we left. Sincerely, A. Gave us a tip. Appreciate that.
That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505?
Someone's successful writing attempts. The winds and the leaves that day made a sound that sounded like really Anne. Looks like Anne was writing something there.
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont.
Mm-hmm.
He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible.
I just met with your damn lawyer. You got some balls to accuse me of all of that. As if you were so irreproachable yourself. Do you think I don't know where you spend your nights? But worst of all is that you won't let me see my son. You won't even tell me where he is. If you think you got a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. I won't let you take Michael away from me. There's just so much going on in these rooms. Like, so many people going through a lot of issues in every room, like in real life. In every house, there's things going on, you know, good and bad. It's just a reminder, like, that just kind of randomly stood out to me.
A lovely shade of lipstick.
Man, this is hard to clean. Okay. What is this, the wedding ring? 2 wedding rings left on the toilet. Ah, I thought it was 1. It's 2. Some matches. Alright, I need to go to room 505. Should I throw this gun away? Might be smart, huh?
Ah, there you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth.
Bean, I've been meaning to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
Well, a little birdie told me Mr. Morgan and Mr. Cruz had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who's your little birdie?
Jacques. Apparently it got so heated he had to get involved. And listen to this. It sounds like I was on the right track, 'cause he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Wanna guess what it is?
Affair, blackmail, cowabunga?
Cowabunga?
What? Why would Mr. Cruz and Mr. Morgan use the word cowabunga while arguing?
I was just kidding.
Oh, right. Well, the correct answer, Miss Roy, is affair.
Affair? Did Jack hear anything else?
From what he told me, it seemed like Mr. Cruz was accusing Mr. Morgan of having an affair with his wife. Wouldn't have expected Mrs. Cruz to fall for a man like Morgan, but I guess the heart wants what the heart wants.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
Oh, and the other one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Wait, so Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that are both needed to open a mysterious chest? Yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
I think they're having the affair. Maybe they'll just get friends. The answer probably lie in that chest.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
That's an interesting theory. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean, I did find a letter that suggests they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good friends, right?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Yeah.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, hold on. I may have an idea. Get me a candle and some plaster, and maybe I can do something about that pesky chest.
How?
I'll tell you later. Just find me those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I manage to leave my post.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
Come on, you know I wouldn't let you down.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here.
Plaster and candles.
Didn't I see a plaster bag near the stairs earlier?
Stairs.
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs? I can probably find the rest of what I need in the basement.
To the basement we go, y'all. Was that open before?
Candles, candles, candles. I think Rebecca keeps a stash of them, but where?
To whoever keeps stealing my lunch, I want my Tupperwares back, Susan. Oh wow, look at this. Satan. Fork. Nicole, Eugene, Rebecca, Bobby, Carol. Bobby, you realize it's the person with the lowest score who wins, right? Looks like they're playing a game, card game. Have you heard there's a famous movie director staying in 602? Jay? Yes, I was there when he checked in. I don't know who it is, but He must be pretty important because Bernard was almost licking his boots. He even let the man bring his dog into the hotel. S. Is he shooting a picture in Montreal? J. I've heard he's here on a scout, quote unquote, but I'm not sure what it means. Maybe he's making a picture on Boy Scouts. Do you think he'll shoot in the hotel? I hope he does. Imagine we could meet famous actors like James Dean. Let's hope the director has supernatural powers because Dean is very much dead. What? James Dean is dead?
Oh, Bernard, I can't believe Eugene would do something like that. He's worked with us for years. He's always been loyal. Is there anything you might have said or done to anger him?
What are you saying? That I deserve this?
No, of course not. All I need to say is that maybe, from his perspective, well, oh, never mind. What are you going to do now?
Fire him. What else? I don't know what on earth's going on today. Is it because of that goddamn snowstorm? Or was there something in the coffee this morning?
What do you mean?
Well, the whole staff's completely off today. Jacques leaving luggage carts everywhere. Wendy writing that message on your door. Beth. Oh, don't even get me started on Beth. Oh, and that maid. What's her name? Sylvie? I never noticed how odd she is.
Sophie, you mean? I like her. She's a good girl.
You know what? I should call the city. Tell them they don't need to build that new madhouse next door. There's one right here.
Oh, Bernard, it's not that bad. I'm here, aren't I? Come here. Let me help you forget about all that for a minute.
Candles,
Okay, Rebecca.
candles. I think Rebecca keeps a stash of them, but where?
Rebecca, the VIP guest in 602, is getting on my nerves. He keeps ordering food that's not on the menu. We usually don't do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all his wishes come true. Do I look like a goddamn genie?
So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it?
Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power again, and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for that blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? I remember you saying you never wanted to be caught in the dark basement again. Where's your stash? It's urgent. Please, Bobby.
If Bobby has some of Rebecca's candles, maybe he kept them in his locker.
Maybe it's out here, right? Bobby. Yeah.
No candles, but this looks like the laundry room. That must be the location of Rebecca's stash.
All right, laundry room.
Oh, right. My keys are still in the break room. Have I checked the break room? I think I left my keys there during my break.
Was it here?
Gotta hold on to these tight. It would make sense for Rebecca to keep her candles by her workstation.
Okay, laundry room.
Ooh, is this a movie script?
Needs more murders. Add killer tornado. Why cut the scene inside the noise? See if James Stewart is available. Okay, somebody was shooting a movie. Or casting a movie. Red lipstick. Okay. Charges. Alright, let's see. Candles. Over here somewhere. There we go.
Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just take one, right? Got a candle. Now, what next? Let's see if Beth is around.
Where you at, Beth? Rebecca, the washing machines are not broken. The problem comes from the pipes. They're completely frozen. It's only a matter of time before they'll burst and flood the entire basement. I've warned Bernard about this issue last winter, but of course he only cares about renovating the parts of the hotel the guests can see. Behind that nice facade, everything is crumbling. I'll see what I can do, but it's not maintenance we need. It's a freaking miracle, Eugene. Eugene was just fed up, y'all. Just fed up.
Mr. VIP is really getting to Bobby.
Rebecca, I confess, I'm about to commit murder. I don't know who he is, how rich he is, how famous he is. The VIP guest in 602 is a goddamn psycho. He ordered room service this morning, but somehow the plates got mixed up and he received eggs instead of pancakes. It happens, right? Well, the man rushed to the kitchen in a frenzy and yelled at us for 10 minutes straight, saying eggs are disgusting and he hates them. I should have told him he's disgusting and I hate him. I thought of spitting in his next meal, but before leaving, he swore he'd never order anything from our kitchen ever again. Without the shadow of a doubt, this is the worst establishment I have ever visited, he said in his pompous accent. If he ever sends his clothes downstairs to be cleaned, can you be a good friend and stitch all of his pockets? Any other form of sabotage would do too. I know you're creative. Just be careful not to arouse too much suspicion. Bobby. Mr. VIP, huh?
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot. Have you done this before? You're a real pro. Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold.
That's not what's next.
All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side?
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Like drawing? Like making collages?
Like collages? That one's yours, right?
Yeah. I like to take fashion magazines and fix their lack of vision.
Their lack of vision?
I just think that fashion designers have been getting pretty lazy and bland lately. Don't get me wrong, my own creations are often a mess. But I like to think I'm good at editing. Putting things together to make them shine. I promise, underneath this terribly designed uniform, there is a girl with taste.
I've never seen you outside of work. I prefer tabloids to fashion magazines.
I believe you, but I've never actually seen you outside of work.
Oh God, that's true. Well, we have to remedy that. Now that we're solving a mystery together, we may as well grab drinks too. What do you say?
We should. I don't think I have the time.
Yeah, we should. I don't know why we never thought of it before.
Well, it's this place, you know? When your shift's over, you just want to forget everything about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But some things are worth remembering. Hey, look! I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence, if he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
You made a key double with your
I've got
acolyte.
2 keys. Now, let's test them out. Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
Okay, oh.
Oh, shoot.
Ah, it broke.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it, and since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one's black. Okay. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. I hope you get better. Try to rest today. I will bring you hot soup after class. M.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
The Postman Always Rings Twice is playing at Lowe's Theater tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I am sure you would love it, seeing as you like crime stories and murder so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me, M? 25 cents to see a movie, huh? I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today. Oh, because they were in class together at the all-women's, assume, college. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight, M. Which I'm sure that college was not, keen to them being like this, and it would be against the rules. So that's why they're sneaking around, of course, especially back in the day in those times. August 11th, 1946. Dear Anne, I just heard Doris Day on the radio and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. The last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You're always in my head. Everything reminds me of you. Not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden that smell of your shampoo, or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darlinge. I don't know if I said that right. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us, so I would know for sure it was real. I long for your embrace and taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M. These two together. Love it. December 27th, 1946. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passes si vite. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past few months, I've had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. We cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it is time for us to go our separate ways.
That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it. There's no shame in asking for help, Sophie. 2 heads are better than 1, especially when dealing with riddles.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. Got a minute?
For you, always, Bean.
I opened the chest in room 507.
You did? Damn, I have to admit I didn't really believe in our little plaster key, but way to go.
Yeah, well, the key did break inside the lock. I hope this won't lead back to us.
If it does, we can always flee the country together. I hear Mykonos is quite nice this time of the year. So, spill it. What's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
Oh, God, I hate riddles. Well, let's hear it. Which part is causing you trouble?
Unlike my favorite bar, her alliterative name.
Her alliterative name will surely take you back.
Alliterative what now? Andrew, you're a nerd. What's alliterative?
Hey, just because I read books doesn't mean I know everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's a series of words that start with the same sound or letters.
Thank you, darling. Did you get that, Bean?
Yeah, I did.
I'm not sure where to look. I think I know what to do.
That could mean a lot of things. I'm not sure where to look.
Yeah, me neither.
Tell her to look for a name and surname that both start with the same letter. Maybe it's someone famous, like a writer or a singer.
Huh. You got that?
Yes. Thank him for me.
Will do. Anything else?
Here's another one. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
You said Mrs. Beaumont wrote the riddle, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea what her favorite bar is.
I think I do.
Really? How?
That's a story for another time. But if I had to bet, I'd put my money on the white cat.
The white cat.
I'm still confused.
I'm not sure I get it.
Well, if I'm right about the white cat, then we're looking for...
A black cat.
Yep. Why don't you look around to see if there's any mention of a black cat in Mrs. Beaumont's stuff?
Okay, I will. You're not too bad at riddles, you know?
I never said I was bad at them, just that I hate them. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad I could be of some help. Call me after you've opened that case.
You know I will. So, I need to find something related to a black cat and a person whose first and last names start with the same letter.
Black cat. You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I recognized that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss of this. You keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same. 2 lipsticks, 2 different colors. So it was the 2 women in here, and the 2 rings. It's all starting to make sense.
Doris Day. That's an alliteration,
Doris
isn't it?
Day.
Doris. I-S. A cat named Greta. G-R.
G-R-I-S.
So G-R from Greta and I-S from Doris. Gree? Could that be the code for the case on the bed in 509? It's worth a try.
Grizz. Boom. You solve Anne's riddle and open the case in room 509.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
September 27, 1957. Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of these treatments were working and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I can pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I've never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other, but I never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. I discovered Bridget was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I am a very patient and resourceful man, and I never gave up. Do you think we can meet? I have so much to tell you, Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
February 4th, 1956. Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget, you know, I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. That book, that's in this room actually, on the nightstand. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Cubic City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has almost been 10 years since I received your last letter, the letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first, I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer and had to accept your love for me had never been real. Wow. For many years, I was heartbroken, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really love me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you accomplish your dream of becoming a writer. Tress, sincerement, A.
Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
March 25th, 1956. Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Louis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. Ah, man. And I'm willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael. But there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamed of our first date. So both of them had gotten married to two men that I'm sure they didn't want because they wanted each other, but yeah, they both got married. The other day I dreamed of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice Again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield, and we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonitory. To answer your question, I still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you are able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to see you soon. Tress, sincerement, A. P.S. Do you still remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed during her class? So the secret language that we've been finding in these hotel rooms. In secret language, I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
August 10th, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. She's indicating them leaving their husbands and coming back together. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Like us, you know. You guys get it. Imagine if they got their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. I know you say invisibility protects us, but Don't you wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell, to recognize you on the street, to recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
That's what it was. Reuniting. January 13, 1958, dear Marcella, I left the house, I left Lewis. I couldn't take it anymore, I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life, to hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet, Michael and I are staying at the Clarington Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. A. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louis to scour every hotel guestbook in the region looking for me under his surname, so I've registered under the name Beaumont. Ah, she was hiding from her husband.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
So this is in December 1957. Dear Marcella, I just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago before I even sent my first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst death and chaos, he would marvel at the force of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much he could identify them by just listening to their song. I have to admit, your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer. But now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget this pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you can give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to finally meet you, Paul.
Oh, Lindsay's a man. Yeah, I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
Open it. I wonder what's inside.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
So?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California?
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anne and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
He was a fan of Marcella. Marcella hired him. I'm not sure.
Turns out he's a big fan of Marcella.
Is she a celebrity or something?
Remember that Pulp Fiction I found in Paul's room? Well, she wrote it under a pseudonym. I think her books gave Paul a chance to get out of his own head while he was staying in a psychiatric hospital.
Huh, I see. He's still kind of a creep, though. Couldn't he have stuck to fan mail? Stalking her like that. That's going too far. And why did he have those pictures of you, anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that while even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
And who are you behind closed doors?
What about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave. That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed.
Looks like a blood trail.
Mr. Cruz?
Mr. Cruz.
Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
February 16, 1958. Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We will look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information, regardless of that guest's behavior. As I am sure you will understand, we are very connected with our guest's privacy, and our staff prides itself in its discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernard Leduc, Hotel Manager.
Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
$10,000 coverage amount. The beneficiary is Marcella.
Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions.
She's trying to take that money and run with her boo.
Please let there be someone around who can help.
Okay, we not doing this right now. Nope. The heck?
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
Montreal's much bigger than I expected. This is February 14th. Big cities always make me feel lonely, and that feeling was only exacerbated this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English/French dictionary at the train station, but I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area, thank God. The hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with the flower bouquet that I realized today's Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past few weeks has been a great distraction, but it still hurts so much every time I think about him. I had hoped the pain would have gone by now. I'll probably need a double dose of Miltone to sleep tonight.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
Okay, so he was just observing us because he was... he didn't have anything else to do. Today I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that I started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I had anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling the camera, so I decided to pawn my victory medal instead. It was hard letting it go after so many years, and yet it also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding on to the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcella and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the reception desk discussing books and movies. They both seemed like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join their conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, me, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seems to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her.
Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
Who's sneaking out of their room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel, so tonight I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera's at the ready, but there's no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting not to fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time I let go of Mr. Spade.
9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
I awoke around 9:30 and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to go back to my room when the guest from room 507 came to sit on one of the chairs close by. She's been there ever since, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guests from 507 around 9:45. Apparently, she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's now convinced she's been cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of the blue yesterday evening and accused me of having an affair with his wife. The guest from 507, I learned her name is Anne, had just said she might have an idea on how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should.
Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
November 22nd, 1957. Dear Paul, I'm sorry to hear that you are in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills, and it's a shame employers cannot see past your medical history. But don't despair. I've been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the sales revenue, but I am still able to collect a substantial sum of money over the years. Now, I would like to use that money to hire you. I'm getting tired of romance novels, and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction. As a sort of research, I would like you to follow me around town and take notes of my comings and goings. I'm aware that this is a very unusual job, but considering you were able to track me down, I believe you would make a great private detective. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses, and you would, of course, be the first to read the manuscript once it's finished. Sincerely, M.
Paul really got into his role.
This is January 13th, 1958. Dear Paul, I hope spying on me isn't proving too exhausting. You really inspired me so far, and I have tons of ideas. The trench coats you bought were a nice touch. You look straight out of a film noir. I also noticed you started smoking. It's probably another way for you to get into character, but maybe that's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course, but don't pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help, M.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I'm starting to worry you are taking your role a bit too seriously. You're not a real detective. You have to let go.
I have to get the power back on. These look like Marcella's pearls. What happened here?
Marcella's pearls.
The fuse box. Just get to the fuse box in the janitor's closet, Sophie. It's not far.
Janitor's closet. Wait, it should be.
It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier.
Pointier?
Maybe an ice pick could pry open the fuse box.
Maybe this.
Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box.
So we got the ice pick.
It's too big. That worked, thank God. Now,
Okay.
to get the power back. Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do.
If there's a power outage and I'm busy preventing another part of this hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. Check the fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. Remove all blown fuses from sockets. Blown fuses are usually blackened. Screw in new fuses. Make sure amperage is correct. Click the lever to restore power.
How did this end up here?
Save combinations.
Yes, this is what I need.
Okay. We're screwing it in. There's 1, 2, 3.
Nothing. Maybe I need to move some things around.
So 15 is an A, 2 is going to be type G, which is a 30, and S is a 20. There we go. You restored the power to the 5th floor.
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Phone.
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. Now, I just have to wait for the police.
I was wondering where she was.
Hey you! Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you? Hey, is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Oh, merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint. Have you called the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was there an accident?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Merde. Do you think it could have been Anne and Marcella?
I'm gonna say no.
What about Paul? He and Hector were caught fighting.
The cops will want to talk to you. Know what you've seen. You need to be careful about what you tell them. If word of Anne and Marcella's affair gets out, they may put a label on them that will really hurt them. It might not even matter in the end if they did it or not.
What do you mean?
What are you saying?
It's just... cops like to go after people who are different. People like Anne, like Marcella, like me. You know, I was barely 20 when I was shoved into a police car for just hanging out with people who made me feel like I wasn't so messed up after all.
What? Where did that happen?
At the White Cat. It's supposed to be a safe space, but it gets raided by cops every now and then. I know Anne was caught at least once too.
Wait, you know her?
Yeah, that's how I knew the answer to the riddle. I've never talked to her, but I've seen her a few times. Marcella and her, they're just like me.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you. I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
Me too. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if I feel the same way or not.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I mean, you have a lot to think about already. I don't want to add to that. The police is here. Just be mindful of what you tell them, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Mr. Cruz's body was blocking the doors. I'm not sure. A malfunction, probably.
I'm not sure. I guess the doors must have malfunctioned.
A malfunction? Is that something that happens often?
Quite often, yeah. Eugene, that's our maintenance guy. He has to repair the elevator at least twice a month. We also have a lot of problems with the electricity and the plumbing. It's an old building, you know?
I'll have someone take a look at that elevator. If there was a problem with it, surely they haven't gone around to fixing it yet.
No. No, probably not.
So, what did you do when you found the body?
I checked if he was still alive.
How?
I tried to find his pulse, but there wasn't one.
Is that when you moved the body?
Move the... What do you mean?
We've found evidence that the body first fell inside the elevator, but was then moved out of it.
I had to move it to leave the 5th floor. I must have moved it to check his pulse.
Oh, right.
I'm lying.
Yes, I must have moved him a bit to check his pulse.
Where on his body did you take his pulse?
His wrist. His left wrist.
Why not his neck?
Well, I couldn't really access it because of the elevator door.
The elevator doors? See, now I'm confused. If the body was still inside the elevator when you checked his pulse, then when did you move it?
No, you're right. I checked his wrist first, then moved him out of the elevator to check his neck. I just wanted to make sure, you know?
What did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
I used an ice pick. It wasn't locked. I'm going with all these answers.
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But the box wasn't locked.
Isn't that unusual?
Well, maybe Eugene forgot to lock it last time he used it.
Or maybe someone tampered with it. Did you go near the ice machine at any point today?
No, never.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
What shoe size do you wear?
Shoe size? 7. Why?
Well, we found size 7 footprints near the ice machine. I just thought they might be yours.
Oh. But that's not an uncommon shoe size, though. Is it?
No, it's not. So, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
I've been snooping around. It was just an assumption.
I just assumed. What with all the blood?
I'm afraid I don't believe that, Miss Roy. It's more than an assumption, isn't it?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
I know you like going through your guests' personal belongings. We've found pictures of you snooping around.
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guests' privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
Let's start with the victim's wife, Marcella Cruz. Apparently, she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
Marcella has an affair with another woman. I don't know anything about her.
I don't really know anything. She just looks like a loving,
I ain't snitching.
caring wife.
Really? That's odd, because we learned a lot about Mrs. Cruz when we went through her room. And let's just say that loving, caring wife are not the first words that would come to mind.
Oh?
She's a lesbian, involved in some sordid affair with the guest from room 507, Mrs. Beaumont. Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front of Mrs. Beaumont's son, perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
Take a stand, deny. I'm taking a stand.
What are you trying to imply? That Mrs. Cruz killed her husband because she hates men?
I've seen it before from lesbians.
Oh, this has nothing to do with hate. It's about love. Not that you'd understand.
Oh, and you think you do? Then please, enlighten me.
She's brave enough to be with the one she loves. That doesn't make her a criminal. That doesn't mean she killed her husband.
I'm starting to worry you may be one of them, Miss Roy, since you're so eager to defend these
And I worry
demons.
about your ability to do your job, Detective, since you seem to be such a—
Enough! One more word, just one more word, and you'll be spending the rest of your night in a cell. Now get the hell out of here. I've had enough of you.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. I guess I'll know soon enough. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to? It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Without Eugene, the lobby will be a swimming pool by the end of the month. Will the rest of the building even be standing? I'll need a mop to clean the puddle. With all the leaks, I'm sure there's one nearby.
So we're back in here. Crazy to go back. Hotel is shut down, obviously. I kind of got chills coming back in here.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth!
Hey.
Are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What? No,
I hope you're luckier than I am. Come join me when he's done with you, all right? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
Is it about the murder? Actually, not really.
I'm not sure, actually. Your phone call was a bit vague.
Yes, well, I prefer to have this conversation in person. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable to have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act? Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. I had planned to give this month's Employee of the Month title to Wendy, but since she's no longer with us, I'm thinking of giving it to you instead.
Really?
You should know it comes with the responsibility of being a glowing example for other staff members to follow. Is this something you believe you can do?
If it comes with the reward, yes. I don't think I can. Nope.
An example? Me? No, I don't think I can.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I've heard this month's reward from Weston's will be quite nice. Well, I'm sure one of your colleagues will be more than happy to have it. That'll be all.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey.
Hey.
What a week.
Yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
He offered me the Employee of the Month title.
Good for you, Bean. A shame I won't get to be there when you receive your reward.
Actually, I told him I didn't want it.
You did not.
I did. The reward would have been nice, but it's not worth selling my soul to the devil.
You're quite right about that.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Ugh. He was going on and on about keeping deviants out of the hotel, so I may have lost my cool a little.
A little?
I told him I was one of those deviants he was so afraid of. He froze for a moment, then showed me the door.
What's next for you? I know you'll bounce back.
So, what's next for you?
I think I'm done working under Bernard's or Linda's. Maybe it's time I become my own Bernard. Minus the fascism, of course. I could see myself owning my own establishment, one that caters to the right kind of crowd. Believe it or not, I do enjoy the company of people, just not, the stuck-up, entitled clientele of this prestigious hotel. But maybe if I were behind the counter of, say, a bar, instead of a reception desk. I don't know. Is that silly?
No, it's not. In fact, you'd be perfect for it. You're the most charming person I know.
Thank you. I'm really glad we're friends.
Me too.
You should know that I like women too. I like that you make me feel seen. What do you think will happen to our guests?
What do you think will happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
Yeah, I think so. Paul will probably become a famed photographer. His portrait of you will be hanged at the Louvre, entitled The Inconspicuous Maid. It will sell for millions.
Is that so?
Yeah. And Anne and Marcella will ride into the sunset on the back of two Appaloozas, watching over their newly acquired ranch. They'll be constantly followed by their only sheep. They'll call him Paul, for old time's sake.
I like that. I just want them to be happy.
Me too.
Charged in hotel murder case. 3 conspirators charged in hotel murder case. In loving memory of Lindsay Franklin, 1923 to 1956, forever in our hearts. Why is this game and story so beautiful? I was just not expecting a story like this. Clarington Grand reopening. VIP only. Is this a new gal? You completed the game. All's well that ends well. And she's working at the bar, just like she wanted. How phenomenal was this? Thank you for spending time with me and going through this mystery, this crime mystery with me. How beautiful this game was. And that was my goal, was to play this whole thing all the way through. I was looking recently for a story-rich game, and I saw this one pop up on Steam. I'm glad I played it. I'm sure I would hope you guys would want me to play more story-rich games just like this. And y'all know your boy Kev got y'all. I love you. I just really appreciate y'all spending time with me. I just wanted to kind of take this one in. This one was more of a like relaxed suspense horror, you know? Crime scene horror suspense. Yeah, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you. I really mean it, for supporting me. I'll see you in the comments, actually, because I know we're going to have a lot. I want to know y'all thoughts. Crazy. Love you. Peace.